So, to answer the question, what impact do early childhood experiences have on development? I used three different case studies: Justin, Connor, and Leon. They all focus on the effects of unintentional neglect. Leon was 16 years old when he was sent to a maximum security prison for raping and killing two young girls. He had an older brother who received most of the affection of his mother, and on daily walks that they took, Leon was left at home alone, uncared for, not given physical affection or attention at all. So he eventually thought he became really cold. He didn't react either way, whether or not he was punished or praised for something. He just didn't care either way. And he eventually only thought of people in terms of how can I use them or how are they in my way. And he had an above average IQ level in understanding people and reading social situations. So that made his ability to deceive people higher or better. He was better at it. And there was an off and on pattern of small amounts of physical affection he would receive from his mother, and the damage done to him by keeping his stress system on high alert. And when stress systems are already high in sociopaths, this just made it even worse. This is a factor that also influenced his coldness. When Leon tried to gain back the affection he had missed from his mother, he did it in the only way he knew how, which to lash out at people, take things, be generally really aggressive. And this led him to being punished when he did the behavior more, he was punished more, and this just led people just to believe he was a bad kid and write it off as that. And the next case is Justin. He had a 15-year-old mom who eventually passed him on to her own mother, who was really obese and had health problems relating to this. And so she then passed him on to her boyfriend, Arthur, who was a dog breeder. Arthur used the same methods with dogs as he did in raising Justin. He kept Justin in the cage, didn't really talk to him, didn't give him any kind of physical attention, play with him, or nurtured him. He did the bare minimum, fed him, cleaned his diapers. That's it. Justin was later diagnosed with static encephalopathy, meaning he had severe brain damage of unknown cause. This brain damage caused him to be severely cognitively delayed. He was unable to walk or talk at the same time other kids his age were already doing both. He suffered from shrinkage of the cerebral cortex and enlargement of the ventricles in the brain associated with Alzheimer's disease. He was diagnosed with pneumonia at age 6, and he had this strange habit of rocking and humming to himself rather than talking, and he always acted animalistically because of the dogs he was raised around. That was the only really socialization he had, and so he snarled at people, he screeched, he threw feces at people he wasn't familiar with. And the next one is Connor. Connor's mom had just moved and she was taking on a new stressful job, and so she hired a cousin to take care of Connor, but unfortunately the cousin that was raising Connor wanted more money, so she was taking on multiple jobs and not just raising Connor, so Connor did not receive all of the affection he needed. A sense of rhythm is also very important to healthy cognitive development. He really had a caregiver consistently hold him or bob him up and down gently to develop a sense of rhythm, and so his brainstem failed to function well, and his hormonal and emotional reactions to stress became more difficult to control. And so future caregivers who would eventually have him, it would be harder for them to deal with his behavior because they would have to go to work, and it would kind of be like, what time does Connor need to be fed? We're not really sure. It could be any time, and we might not be there when he needs to be fed or sleep. So it would just make handling him a little bit harder. He was also diagnosed with other things such as bipolar disorder, OCD, major depression, anxiety, among other things. He had a slanted block that resulted from underdevelopment of the midbrain and brainstem. At age 7, he was displaying signs of having the mental age of a 3 or 4-year-old when he was 7, such as temper tantrums.